Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from CES 2024 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Joining me for this segment, we have Edwin Olson, CEO of May Mobility, to discuss the road ahead for autonomous vehicle technology. Edwin, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you.
Tell us about May Mobility. What does the company do?
May Mobility develops autonomous driving technology, but then deploys it in a very different way. Most people think of robo-taxis, but we sell transportation contracts to municipalities and enterprises. So long-term contracts, helping them solve their hardest transportation problems.
Let's talk about the AV and EV industry outlook here. We were here last year in the same place in the EV hall. It feels as if there's different types of vendors, more diversity of vendors here. What does that outlook for you look?
I think we're really at a point where the writing's on the wall. The technology works, it's ready, it can solve problems, and the need is really acute. You can talk to any transportation planner across the country and they'll tell you that it's hard to get enough drivers to provide the service that they need to deliver to their communities. And so there's a lot of interest, both in terms of the vehicles, the EV, as well as the autonomy technology to solve those problems.
Let's talk about some of the trends within this space, particularly from the data transparency and safety lens.
So data transparency is a huge deal for us, and I think historically, a lot of AV companies have ended up with an almost adversarial relationship with regulators and cities. But our go-to-market strategy really flips that around because the cities are our customers. And so I think we're the only AV company that provides a live data feed to our fleet. So when a city contracts with us, they get a live API where they can query the status of our vehicles, know what's going on all the time. And it's a very different way of thinking about data and transparency.
Let's learn about one of the projects. You recently announced your first driverless service in Sun City, Arizona. Tell us more about the rider-only deployment.
This is a big deal for us. Obviously, when there's a safety driver, the unit economics are not great. So removing the safety driver and having a rider-only opens up a path to 60% positive margins for our business. Doing this is, obviously there's a huge amount of technical work that has to go in, but also a lot of regulatory stuff, getting the customers, the first responders on board. And so launching this was really a huge accomplishment across all of those factors to get that live.
Is the infrastructure available in the US to develop these types of technologies at scale?
I think they have to be. So if you are building an AV system that is highly dependent on expensive infrastructure, cities don't have the money for it. So we've really prioritized how do we make this an easy purchase for our customers.
All right, appreciate the insight, Edwin. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. And thanks for joining me from CES. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.